I mean, how many neighbours will Shaun have at like his little dorm party or something?
Paleyfest is all about the fans. So what does it mean to be live at the Dolby Theatre with your fans?
I mean, first of all, it's just a huge honour to have been invited along, and I guess to have been entrusted with the fact that people might possibly show up and find what we have to say interesting. But it's lovely to have these moments to engage with fans, especially now around the finale and getting to show them a little bit of that as well. And it's, you know, the fans are the reason that we get to be here, not in Paleyfest necessarily, but just to shoot the show in general. So
excited to be here. We've just been tucked away in our studio in Vancouver filming, and have kind of been watching the response to the show on social media, but it's so nice to be here and to meet everybody.
I'm kind of nervous. No, not kind of. I'm super duper nervous because this is the first time I've been involved with the show, with any kind of story that's been so embraced by the public.
The reason why all of us have jobs is because of the fans, and these are super fans. If you're going to take your time out, get a ticket, go out in the rain, go to a theater to see something that, you'd be able to see it in the comfort of your own home in a few days. It's awesome. So I just want to say thank you to them, because it wasn't for the fans and the word of mouth, we wouldn't be where we are. So proud of it.
So you're no stranger to Paleyfest. You've been here before, but how does it feel to be here with a show that you've produced?
It's especially gratifying. The first time I was here, I was an actor on a show that I was very proud of. But to have been with the show since its conception and to watch the journey that it's taken up until this point is unique and something that I don't take for granted.
We love seeing Shaun grow as a doctor, but I also love his relationships with his neighbors. So who do you think was a better neighbor for him, Leah or Kenny?
Well, I feel the answer is obvious, but maybe it isn't. But I hope that there's more of Shaun and Leah to come. I feel like that storyline hopefully isn't quite dead yet.
I know fans want her to come back.
No, and Paige was brilliant and has an infectious energy in real life and enthusiasm that she brings to the role, and we had a great time together.
Can we possibly meet any more of his neighbors in the building?
I mean, how many neighbours will Shaun have at like his little dorm party or something? Yeah, maybe. I guess so. He just kicks another one out and someone else moves in.
I asked my assistant producer for one question for your character, and she brought up the tattoo, and she wants to know if that's ever going to be addressed again, because she feels like that's the biggest mystery on the show.
I feel like it's been the biggest question, honestly. Everybody's asking about the tattoo, which is hilarious to me. But they actually tried to deal with it, and I kind of nixed it a little bit. And to me, I feel like there's a lot more to go. And so I don't want to give just some quick, little thing to satisfy people. But, there's meaning.
Your own backstory for it?
A bit, yeah. But the symbols have a little bit of a meaning to me, not only my culture, but also Melendez's occupation and maybe his view on life and death. And some of it's personal.
One of these shows, do you now dream in medical jargon? Because I feel like that would be the hardest thing to learn.
I don't, but it is just always going around your head, and every week there's a new, random, difficult to say words. So, yeah. Although you get better at it. It's like a muscle or something.
We obviously love the relationship between Dr. Glassman and Shaun, so do you have a favorite moment between them from the first season?
I think the time when he smacked me, actually. That because we did that scene where we have the fight and he smacks me many times, and it's an emotionally, intense scene. And Freddie, every time we do some work, because he wants me to be happy, he always goes, "That was fun, right? That was fun." So after he smacked me the 11th time, he got and there's a little bit of a lull in the action while they reset. He goes, "This is fun." And I go, "Freddie, everything doesn't have to be fun."
And obviously these shows deal with some crazy medical cases. Is there one that you've seen in the news that you're I need to put that on the show?
It's funny. Now I'll see those kinds of things, and I will text people and say this should be on the show. This is something interesting. This is worthwhile. But David does such a good job of finding the right kinds of cases.
The one that was really cool was the Conjoined Twins one. That was a true story. And what was amazing about that was one of the surgeons that actually worked on that case, we had her on set, helping us get it right.
They had to put these balloon tissue expanders in their heads to expand the actual tissue of of the brain and skull tissue, so that when they get detached, there's enough skin to cover the rest of the skulls. And then my character had to take those balloon tissue expanders out. That was a lot of fun, and our crew does this amazing job. The special effects, second to none, and really proud of what they do.
And your character's had such a great arc on the show already, just in season 1 alone. So what's been your favorite Claire moment?
There have been a few. I've been so lucky with the storylines that I've had to tackle. I think initially the storyline where Claire, by mistake, ends up killing somebody, it was a really tough storyline to tackle, and really one that I spoke to a lot of doctors and did a lot of reading, and I feel like a lot of surgeons sort of have this unfortunate kind of graveyard of people that they carry with them, and it was the first experience for Claire, as a resident, making a mistake like that. So that was a really interesting storyline to tackle. And I guess the other one, which really stands out, was the sexual harassment case that the sexual experience that she had, and first of all, I feel really lucky to be able to explore an issue like that is so topical and important right now. But moreover, the fact that Claire's journey within that was an empowering one was really, really cool. She, in the face of being harassed and intimidated, she managed to galvanize herself and stand up and fight. And I think it's really important right now that we tell stories with sort of positive action, and show the positive action that women can take in these scenarios. So yeah, really.
What's your dream for her in season 2? Where'd you like to see her go?
I don't know. I just want to see her blossom and get really good at her job, and also it'd be really cool to see her friendship with Shaun develop even more. They just have such a lovely, honest and platonic friendship, and they learn so much from one another, and it'd be really nice to see more of that.
I want to see him continue to be challenged. I think Melendez really, the lessons are profound and they're big. I think he's at an age too when those kind of things start to happen, and it's a really interesting time. And for me, I know going through that in my own life was a really interesting time, whether it was occupation, love, family. That's when I feel like there's so much change in a man's life, so it'd be interesting to see that in this very high pressure environment.
I want to see the relationship between the mentor-mentee relationship between he and Dr. Murphy continue to evolve, because it's very complex, because obviously there's an antagonistic relationship with Dr. Murphy's main mentor, and but I think that maybe Murphy gets used in a little power play, maybe, or something like that. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited about that. And also, I want to see what happens with my wife and myself with our choice to have a family, and see how that fleshes out.